let's invite our very first keynote speaker for the day. Let me introduce her first. Dr. Kishore Jayaraman, Group CEO, UK India Business Council, is the Group Chief Executive Officer of the UK India Business Council. As a CEO, he leads the organization's strategic mission to strengthen bilateral trade investment and economic partnerships between the United Kingdom and India, representing over 1,000 member companies across diverse sectors. He brings over 35 plus years of extensive experience in aerospace, energy, and engineering leadership across global markets. And everyone, let's welcome sir on the dais with some energy and a huge round of applause.
All right, good morning everybody. Well, it's a real pleasure to be here with you all today. And the GCC topic, just diving straight into what we came here to discuss. The GCC topic itself has been close to my heart for well over 20 years now. And it's a topic that continues to evolve, as Mr. Kumar mentioned in the opening speech. And it's a topic that will continue to evolve and emerge and reinvent itself as we go into the future. And this topic is very important for India especially. I don't know how many of you remember, but back in 2014, when our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, took office, one of the first things he said about India was that India is a place where we have the 3 Ds. Right? It's about the demand that is there, it's about the demographic dividend that we have, and it's about the democracy that we have. I think that still continues, and when I look at it 2014 now, after almost 11 years, I still find that those 3 are very appropriate, and those 3 will continue to dominate over the next probably couple of decades to come, if not more. As you look at an aging population around the world, India's population, which is about 30 and below, people below 30 years of age, is still the highest in the world and is still continuing to evolve and will continue to evolve. And that is going to have big implications for how we live, for how we work, for how we imagine India to be into the future. There are some great numbers that you saw just before this. I mean, you talk about the GDP, you talk about the opportunities that exist. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough because the future is going to be more and more demanding. Today we have about 1 million graduates every month, 12 million aspirational people that are going to be out in the market looking for jobs. Employment is going to become a very key theme. But along with employment, you could have employment in many different forms. You can have low-end employment, you could have very high-end employment, you could have scientists, researchers, but the beauty of India is that it cuts across all these spectrum completely. You can look that services industry at the lowest level is going to need people and services industry at the highest level is going to need people. The GCCs that I saw back in 2000 when GE started their first GE Capital Services here in India, you will look at it, I think it was back even before, way before 2000, I forget the dates. But if you go back even that far, it was about cost at that point of time. It was about cost, it was about the capacities that we had in India. But then you look at the GCCs today, right? And the GCCs today, they went from business support services to business processes to business outcome deliveries. And today, they are knowledge partners. Today, they are knowledge partners. They are there developing the processes. They are there developing the outcomes. They are there developing the future of how it should all look. You would have heard about artificial intelligence and you would have heard about all this latest technologies coming about. But all those mean capabilities. And the capability piece of things in India, when you look at the capacity that we had, when we look at the services businesses that have evolved, you look at the capability that's coming up, I think the talent is available in this country. And the next journey is going to be on the capability curve. And the next journey is going to be a country with people who will develop the products and services that will lead the way and not adopt the way. And I think that is what the future means, and GCC is one segment of it. When we look at manufacturing, when we look at other research activities that happen, plenty of space is available, but today's conversation about GCCs. And when we look at the GCCs itself, and you look at where we are going to be evolving, all these things cannot happen if we are not going to be relevant in the technology space, and we are not going to be relevant in terms of following the sustainability needs of the world. When the world had about 1 billion people, I think nobody cared about how trash was disposed. Nobody cared about how things were sort of in a whole cycle of life evolved. But now you look at it, the amount of trash that we generate, if you go down to the mountain that is there, somewhere even really close to the capital of India, you will see that the amount of trash generated, leave alone the electronic waste that's being generated, leave alone the other waste that is being generated. And this is only going to constantly keep increasing, just a simple example in the scheme of things. But then when we look at sustainability, when we look at climate change, when we look at the energy needs that are going to be coming up, India is already ahead of the world in terms of not only talking about it, but implementing it. The wind energy business, which was created back in 2006 timeframe, evolved itself into the solar business today, which is evolving itself into the batteries, into fuel cells, into hydrogen, and then talking about green sustainable energy methodologies. We talk about aviation. We have evolved from a 12 aircraft aviation sector today to well over 1,000 aircrafts in India, which is all creating environmental impacts for us. So as we evolve, as we generated the capacity in terms of people, as we had the capabilities that are evolving and improving and moving forward, it is necessary to do it hand in hand with technology and with a sustainable mechanism in play. Today, UK has a huge advantage in that the first small modular reactors have been adopted in the UK. The small modular reactors will be the next wave that comes about in terms of green sort of energy generation. And India is looking at how India can adopt the same technologies. Like I said before, we were fossil fuel based, then we said natural gas, then we said wind, then we said tidal wave energy, then we said solar energy, and then we said now we're going to look at batteries and other mechanisms, but then nuclear is going to be big as well. And again, that goes into nuclear fuel waste disposals. It's a tremendous, vast field evolving out there with advanced engineering, advanced research, advanced science, space, satellites, drones. It is a beautiful amount of breadth of knowledge that awaits out there for us to capture. And for us to capture that, India is best placed with our capabilities and capacities. And with the demand and the demographic dividend and the democracy, I think India has a future forward like no other before, no other at the present, and nobody else into the future. On that good note, I thank Invictus for inviting me here, and thanks for organizing this session, which I think will be a wonderful session through the day. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.